This is Beyond the Veil with Norman Meredith.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Beyond the Veil with Norman Meredith and Ed Lease, my producer and occasional co-host. We're coming from Pickens, South Carolina tonight. Tonight we're going to talk about Atlas 31. Is it a comet or is it a UFO coming to invade Earth or visit us? All right, on July 31st of this year, an observatory in Chile discovered this comet-like objects. Throw up that first photo, please. Now, right now we're just looking at a star field. And in the next picture, in just a second, we're going to circle and show you the picture of the, I'm going to say, comet. Now, this is the comet that was taken a picture of, and currently it's out past Jupiter. Now, there are two different talking heads going on out there. One group of talking heads says this is just a plain old comet, but it's not acting like a regular comet. It's not close to any planets. It's a little off Keter per se, and it's headed toward the direction of Earth, which is unusual because it's not passing no planets, but yet it seems to be directed toward Earth. Now, get this, Ed. Some of the talking heads, especially a professor from Yale, or was it Harvard? Might have been Harvard, is saying that this is a alien vessel with ill intent. Now, here's my question. How do you know it's a potential alien vessel with an ill intent? You got any ideas on that, Ed?
Not a clue, really. I don't know how a guy so smart to work at Yale or Harvard could measure the intent of a extraterrestrial's heart or conscience. How does that work? I mean, they're not human. They probably think a little bit different than we do.
I mean, the only thing that would make me think that there's evil intent is unless there was a message sent.
Oh, okay.
And nobody's talking about that.
Yeah.
But, it's been odd for the last month or two, or last month. We've had a lot of freaky weather and weird things going on here on Earth since this comet showed up. Russia's had a volcano erupt for the first time in almost,
600 years.
Yeah.
There's 600 years, and Hulk Hogan died.
Well,
that might have something to do with it.
Also, believe it or not, Australia had rain and snow last week. And usually, they never had snow.
Yep. We had floods in Texas, all sorts of crazy weather. This is August in South Carolina, and it's 61 degrees in the morning.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yosemite may be on the verge of eruption because there have been reports of animals departing the park.
Mm-hmm.
They're leaving ahead of the tourists.
Yeah, they know what's happening.
I mean, it's like there's another outworldly source putting pressure on our world. You know what I'm saying? With the weird weather changes, the rising with the earthquakes. There's even reports of activity along the Ring of Fire. If you know what the Ring of Fire is, it's a chain of volcanoes that circles the Pacific. From Japan along the United States, Canadian border, goes down to South America, all the way up through the Asian islands and so forth. There's been activity with that. There was even something I read before coming up here today. A large, unknown heat mass off the eastern coast of the United States.
That sounds weird.
Yeah. Could this now? Somebody threw out the possibility. We've talked about the Anunnaki before.
Mm-hmm.
These alien gods that were a couple thousand years in the back supposedly enslaved us, played with our genes and all that. Got some stuff out they needed from the earth, and then departed and said, one day we'll return. There's even talk about this happening. Now, we might see pop up the first UFO.
There you go.
Now, this is an artist's rendition of what could be coming our way. And throw up another one. You might recognize this from one of the famous movies.
Let me.
You
The next one you say?
Yes, the next one you say.
All right.
Are you misbehaving over here?
Oh, it's not working properly.
All right.
It's good.
This is from Independence Day. You know, the large alien mothership coming out.
The plume.
You know, I'm going to show you a couple other ones. Bring up a couple more of these alien motherships from the Independence Day. I mean, we could possibly be seeing these in our skies because they're unsure how big this object is that's out by Jupiter. You know, we could be seeing things like this over our skyline if this is true.
Yeah.
Or is it true?
What about the one with the laser beam coming out of it? Is that one too?
Yeah, go ahead, bring that one up.
All right.
That's all. That is from the movie Earth vs. Flying Saucers. That's as if we had a bunch of different flying saucers attacking the Earth. This was a part of a fleet-based system. It was from a 1950s film, and I didn't know it was a colorized one. I actually found the picture by accident. I've always seen it in black and white, but I have a few others that are similar to that, where you have fleet flying saucers. Could that be a possible future that we're seeing? Or is it somebody in rogue elements in a government or secret world government that is trying to prep us for their takeover by saying, hey, UFOs are coming, and then they start playing projected holograms of suspected flying saucers? Throw up another one or two flying saucers.
All right, here's one right here.
Yeah,
Black and white.
This
What
is from the
film
same,
is that from?
That is also from Earth vs. Flying Saucers. That's 3 of them flying over Washington, D.C., because that's one of the places they made their main attack at was Washington, D.C. They figured if they crippled the capital of freedom, the rest of the world would give in. I think I got another one after that one, don't I? All right, this is from Battle in Outer Space. It was a Japanese film made in 1959. This is a moon base that the aliens had where they were launching alien attacks from the moon. Yes, people, I'm a nerd. I don't like this stuff. But it makes you think, could it be happening? Or is this a thing? Is this a trick by a world government, a secret world government, to manipulate the people by faking a UFO attack to get everybody under control? What do you think about that? Do you recognize this?
Like strike fear in the heart of man to modify their behavior through fear.
Exactly.
In their primitive instincts.
All right. You recognize this?
The Blob. I don't know.
At least.
Nah, I have no idea.
War of the Worlds, the original one.
Never saw it.
Shame on you.
It's a shame. I need to go watch that stuff.
That was based on H.G. Wells' radio broadcast. You need to go find that. It's on YouTube.
I've sinned.
Yes, this is where Mars attacks the Earth. And that was one of their hover vehicles. There's other ones I could have showed you where there are tripod vehicles walking around, but I thought I'd go with the old classic with the flying discs. But, you know, it just makes you think how far somebody may go. Because, like I say, this could be just a plain old simple comet that's going to do a flyby. Because, you know, nobody's sent, you know, we've got a probe out there near Jupiter, I think, that, you know, hey, turn the cameras another way, you know, see if you can see with those cameras. But supposedly not. All they're doing is turning some telescopes and taking pictures. But, you know, it
makes you wonder. I mean, if they know how far out that is, I mean, you look at it right there. They know how far out that is.
Yeah.
And obviously, they're tracking it because it's not elongated.
Right.
Or the other ones are.
Well, that's time lapse.
Okay. It's like you would probably be able to calculate the size.
And it's supposed to be here in November. So it's like cruising along. So if it was of evil intent, I think it would have been here by now.
Okay.
I don't think it would have been cruising per se, you know?
Well, and if they're timing it, that means that it's on a certain trajectory and velocity that they can mathematically equate where it's going to be, which tells me that it is unmanned. But what do I know?
True.
It's just me.
Or unless it is manned and they're working on a trajectory, they just want to take their time to come in. They're mapping out their, maybe they're mapping out their landing coordinates. I don't know.
Okay.
What else do I got out there on some pictures?
There's a couple other right here.
All right, that's another one from Independence Day.
Seems like everything's in New York City.
Yeah, that's from War of the Worlds.
Yeah, that one looks familiar.
Yeah, that's from War of the Worlds.
Because that one is that one.
Yes.
All right, how about this?
That's from War of the Worlds, too. It's one of the tripod ones from one of the other movies they made. One of them was Tom Cruise in.
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds. And then, well, we're going to probably, that's from Battle in Outer Space. And then we're probably going to show you a couple of aliens. This is a fleet of attacking saucers coming to attack Earth from Battle in Outer Space. This is just to give you an idea of what we've been mentally prepared for over the years, you know, if you think about it. Both for entertainment, but so in a sense, subconsciously, we've been prepared for this. You know?
It's true.
Subconsciously, we have been prepared for a possible space invasion. This is one of the motherships attacking Earth from Battle in Outer Space. And then I've got some aliens just from the couple of movies. This is another one from the Battle in Outer Space. You know, that reminded me of Flying Omelet.
That reminds me of a manta ray.
Yeah.
It's got one laser eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here is your guy.
From War of the Worlds.
Yeah, his name's Simon.
Okay.
Because he looks like the old game from the early 80s.
Yeah, I remember
Simon.
that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the alien creature from War of the Worlds. And then there's a couple others I think I've got in there. This is from...
Old school. That's California right there.
That is from Earth vs. Flying Saucers. The aliens wore these type of suits. Yeah, an interesting suit. Just big plastic suit. You know, you notice not a lot of rigidity in the arms. Straight. You can't see nothing. And actually, there had been reports during the 50s and 60s, and I think that's why they designed this suit for the show, for this movie, of aliens or something similar being seen.
It's crazy because you look at it,
What's
and
that?
if you didn't think it was like an alien movie, you would almost think it's something Egyptian.
Really?
So I see the top like a pharaoh's headdress from the back, and you see the loincloth, and you see the armbands around the wrist and the shoulders when they used to wear them on their biceps. And then you start looking at like cuneiform and hieroglyphics
Never thought of that.
on stuff inside the pyramids, and you start seeing like weird flying stuff,
Yeah.
and discs and objects,
Yeah.
and such. So I don't know.
Could be.
That's just me.
I don't. Hey, you see, that's why I ask your opinion. You see things I don't see. What else do I got there for aliens?
What you got for aliens is this guy.
That is from Independence Day. That's one of the creatures from there.
Looks
It was-
very, very
Look at that head.
mantis-like.
Yeah, man, or amphibious if you think about the squid-like head.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
You know, maybe it's an amphibious, come from an amphibious stock. You know,
His feet's on backwards. That's weird.
yeah. But look how those knees bend. It's got like double joints. You know, two different places.
He's got like knees in his calves, the calf area. Then you got this hidden one right here. This last one that you got.
That one is from the Battle in Outer Space. Those things were like 3 to 4 feet tall. They were little green men, I guess, but we never seen what they were underneath the suits. That was one of the aliens from that movie. And I just thought I'd just keep it simple on the alien invader types because I don't want to give too many people nightmares, you know, of what could be or what could not be. But it's just stuff to make you think, you know. You know, is someone being an alarmist about 31 Atlas? Because you don't hear anything you hear is always on the fringe. And some of the stuff that's fringe is coming from the big name universities, but they're suppressing it. So is it real, or is it a fringe professor that's trying to sound that's just being an alarmist, or is he just someone trying to make a name for himself?
Trying to keep his job.
Yeah. Or what? I mean, it's so many questions to that, you know? I mean, if you were a professor and you see what looks like a comet, but then you do all your all your space telescope stuff with X-ray, thermal, or the equivalent of, and whatever else you do, and you find out, well, it don't match the parameters for a comet or the three, because comets are made of gas, solid rock, or rocky substrate. Basically think of a sandball. Is the three compositions, and it's all ice. And if it don't meet those three, then it's not a comet. And this is what I think that professor is trying to say. Was it Harvard or Yale? I forget whichever one it was. That's why you're saying it was an alien ship, and then saying it's supposedly going to attack. This guy must know. This guy knows something, but he's being suppressed.
Maybe. Or maybe it was given to him for the higher ups to think and be taught to lead it over into the next generation of big thinkers.
Could be.
So they can continue the tale.
Could be. But I don't know. We'll have to see. But people, what's your thoughts on this? I mean, we hear, if you follow alt websites and you follow YouTube and different things and different podcasters that might be talking about this, what's your thoughts? Do you believe we have a comet coming towards the Earth, or do you think we might have space beings coming for peaceful intent, or Anunnaki returning, or something evil that's coming to cause trouble, or the worst part, secret government conspiracy to try to control us by faking alien invasions? What's your thoughts on this? I mean, anything is possible, the realm of possibilities. But also look at what's going on in our world today. We've got so many natural disasters and things that are unnaturally happening in our world, weather-wise and environmentally wise.
Mm-hmm.
Earthquakes and ground sensors.
Tsunami.
Weird temperature fluctuations. It's either somebody's playing with weather satellites and other weapons to cause these fluctuations, or there's an off-world presence that has weapons or devices unknown to us that are causing these fluctuations to weaken us. I don't know. What are your thoughts? Am I reaching? Am I grasping? What do you think about that? I'm gonna leave it with y'all tonight. And you got anything you want to add to that subject there, Ed?
I think, I've been told something one time, and it makes me sound like a crazy person, is that aliens are just us who discovered time travel, and they are the evolution of man in the future. And they found time travel, and they came back.
I've heard something
And
similar.
they're trying to do things, trying to set things up so they don't end up the way that they are in the future, fixing it now.
But then that causes time paradoxes or a new timeline. Don't necessarily mean it's going to fix their timeline.
That's true.
Because then you're going to start a new timeline. That goes with the butterfly effect, and sometimes diverting timelines, and sometimes you get timelines that converge back together where people remember one thing and other people don't. You and I have similar memories of things occurring where other people don't. Butterfly effect. Candies, products, name.
Ask Marty McFly.
Mm-hmm.
He might know.
Yeah. All right, folks, we're going to sign off here tonight. Let you think about Atlas 31 and what may be coming in November. And, it's just strange that we had all those UFO/drones in New Jersey earlier this year. So could have been a precursor. Who knows? We'll leave it there and see what happens. All right, folks, be safe, be sound, and come back and see us again. Good night.